Hi, welcome back to Book Buzz with Jen and Payne, a podcast where we talk about romance books, our current reads, and we also have the pleasure of sitting down with some of our favorite authors and chatting with them about their amazing books. So, I don't know about you, but I actually think you have more arcs than I did. So,
But I'm all caught up.
I think I'm caught up too. I think I am. Actually, I need to finish one, and then thanks to the football game, I didn't read at all on Sunday. So that I was behind that one day, but I think I'm caught up. Oh my gosh, I'm still so sad about it. Okay, well, anyways. So the week when we first did our current reading back at the beginning of like January, I totally forgot to talk about this book. Descent by Sam Mariano. That is actually my first book by her and has to be one of the darkest book that I've read because the hero is a legit stalker, and then there are quite a few scenes where it's dub-con. Is that how you I think that's what you call it. Yeah. And so there are quite a few of them, and I'm pretty sure it's not for everyone because when I was reading it, I was like, what in the world am I reading? I was like, is this really happening? But guys, I couldn't stop reading the book. It was actually really good. I just don't really see, how should I say it? It's because, it's fiction, so you don't really see where the heroine falls in love with the hero when there are like scenes where it's dub-con. But I actually really enjoyed the book. So,
I don't think I've ever read a book like that. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, was the Natasha Knight, that trilogy that you got me into, was that stop?
I don't think so. I don't remember. I don't think so. Because wasn't she attracted to him?
I don't remember. I have to reread it. That book still today gets me like hardcore, and I just think of one specific scene that I still breaks my heart.
Well, if talking about that series, I'm so excited because both Natasha Knight and Ashley, they're going to continue that world. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. They're both going to co-write and write their own books in that the secret society. So I am all here for it. I am keeping tabs to who's going to get a book. Ooh, it's going to be epic.
Natasha is writing one. I'm super excited for.
The Devil's Pawn?
I think so, but
yeah,
is that a trilogy? Is that a duet?
The duet.
I don't want to read it until it comes out. Like both of them.
It's only a month in. It's a month apart.
Yeah, but that month is gonna feel like so long, and it sounds so good. I want to read it.
Yes, I signed up immediately when it was open. I was like, sign up.
I think I signed up too. I don't remember. If I don't remember, it's a sign that I should wait. If I signed up, then I just like screwed myself over because that freaking month is gonna drag.
Yep. Okay, well, besides that, just wanted to get that book out because that was my first really dub-con scene that I was not expecting. But the author did put trigger warning on it. So you don't like that, if you're not comfortable with that stuff, then don't pick up the book. And then now to the kind of the current reads that I finished recently. I recently finished River of Shadow by Karina, and oh my gosh, guys, this is a dark fantasy, supernatural, paranormal, based on the Finnish mythology, and I love this book so much. It's You could say it's Beauty and the Beast mixed with Hades and Persephone, both combined. So her parents are divorced, and so she is with her mom. Well, she is not with her mom either. Her mom remarried, I believe, and so she lived by herself in Los Angeles. And so she got the news that her dad passed away, and so she went to Finland to do his funeral. But everything is just really weird and awkward for her in Finland, and the casket where her father's body was supposed to be in, his body was not in there. So she's like, where in the heck is my dad's body? Apparently, these two. So she met this Rasmus, and he's a mysterious man, but he's a shaman. He told her that her dad is actually a very powerful shaman, and that her dad actually have cancer, and so he wanted to cure his cancer, and he went to the underworld, the realm of the dead, to see if they can help cure his cancer. And so he went the god of death is holding her dad as a captive. And so she went on a journey with Rasmus to go save her dad from the underworld, and she sacrificed herself in place of her dad. And so, God of Death, I don't know how to pronounce his name, so I'm not going to say. I'm just going to call him. In the book, they mainly just call him Death. So, but he has a name. I don't know how to pronounce it. And so, Death is seriously everything. Like, he's mainly a mask. And so she doesn't know how he looks like. But when there's, I don't know, but the way how Karina wrote the description of Death, oh my gosh, he is everything. I don't know. In my imagination, it's fantasy. So, it ends on a cliffhanger. So, like, I was expecting it because it did say Underworld Gods book number 1. So I was expecting a cliffhanger. So I was not disappointed about that cliffhanger. Oh, actually, I was not mad that it was a cliffhanger, but oh my gosh, it is killing me. I'm dying for book 2, and book 2 is not releasing until May. Like, I have to wait like 5 months. Oh my gosh, I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but it ends on a cliffhanger, and I'm not gonna go too much detail into it because I don't want to give out any spoilers. But just know that it's dark, but I laughed at some parts, which I don't know why. I found it funny, but it was amazing. It was epic. It makes me want to seriously go read all of Karina's books. Like, I have to binge all her fantasy paranormal now because I've seen her covers. But because it's fantasy, so I don't really read fantasy. But now, since I read this one and I love it, I'm gonna have to go and read her fantasy books. Besides that, another book that I finished reading was, I feel like why is it? Let me hold on. Let me check my.
You also read Twisted Hate, by the way.
That's right. Oh my gosh, I read Twisted. Oh my goodness. Okay, now it's coming back in my head. I remember what book I read. Twisted Hate by Anna Huang. Oh my gosh, guys. I have to say this is my favorite book from the series. Like, Josh Chen and
Jules.
Okay, yes, Jules. Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. I was already intrigued by them when they were first appeared in Twisted Love. And oh my gosh, I was like, I need their book. And now we finally got it, and it was everything. Like, enemies with benefits. I seriously think we need more of that. There's not a lot. I don't think there's a lot of enemies with benefits. So I freaking, Anna nailed that plot, that whole book. Everything was like amazing, like that. I don't know. I feel really bad for Jules of what she went through and all the blackmail and everything. But I was like, just tell him the truth. I was like, legit. I was like, just tell him. He's so sweet. Like, I wasn't expecting him to be that sweet. He can be a really huge a-hole.
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, he was a really sweet guy too. So I loved Josh Chen so much. And I have to say, this is probably the first book I read where the hero is Asian.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've read where the heroine is Asian, but this is the first book I've read where the hero is Asian, and I think I need more of that. I need to go find. Actually, I don't really read a lot of Asian authors, which is quite weird, because I'm Asian. So I need to go read more Asian authors and support my Asian authors. But yes, I highly, highly, highly recommend Twisted Hate. Oh, that book. Oh my gosh. And I'm still so sad. Anna posted, because I've been waiting all weekend to buy her signed books, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I checked constantly on Friday, and I was like, okay, it's not up yet. I checked Saturday, it's not up yet. And on Sunday, I was into the game, okay? I was into the game. I checked the email around 4:00, and guess what? She sent out an email. She sent out an email at 2:00 or so, and then for those 2 hours, sold out. I was like, dang it. I was like, I waited all weekend. But oh my gosh, these people were fast. So I need to be faster next time so I can get it.
Eye on it.
Yeah. So okay. And then another one that one of my most anticipated reads was The Finisher. Is it The Finisher? Yes, The Finisher by Runex. Oh my goodness. This book, there's just something about it that it is like, Runex nails every single time she releases a book. Like, I am speechless every time. So this one is a Marriage of Convenience, and the heroine is the curvy heroine. And so I don't think I've read a lot of curvy heroines either. So I actually really enjoyed it. I loved it. And I don't want to spoil it, because if I say something, then I feel like it's gonna spoil it. But oh my gosh, just know that you guys need to pick up this series. This series is the Darkverse series, and you have to read in order, or else you're not gonna understand the plot at all. So you have to read in order from the Predator, the Reaper, and then the Emperor, and then the Finisher. And there's one last book in the series, and I don't want this series to end. I don't want this world to end. I legit told Runex I'm willing to read 20 books in this series. Like, she needs to continue. Like, I don't care. I need more of this world. Like, I love these heroes from like the hero and the heroines. They're all so strong, and I highly, highly recommend the Darkverse series by Runex. And if you love Mafia, then you have to check out this series. And let's see, another one. Now I need to check my Kindle. Let's see. Oh, dang it. I have that arc too. Shoot. Forgot about that one.
Did you end up reading Jody's?
Yeah. That's the other one I was supposed to talk about. Where is my Zoom? Okay. And I also read The Resurrection by Jody. And oh my goodness, guys. Okay, I am legit not gonna say anything much about this book. Just know that you are in for a crazy, wild ride. You think that you know what's gonna happen, but you're gonna get
Jodie's books always have a twist on it.
Yeah. And so I'm not going to say much. You have to read the Brit and you have to read the Enigma in order to understand this one. You can't. This is not a standalone. So you have to read those two books first. And for you to know that this is 4 point of views, and Jodie mentioned on our interview when she said this is her first time of writing her 2 alpha heroes together in one book. And that is, I seriously think authors need to do more of that because it is epic.
I've never read a 4 point of view book.
Yeah, I read one, and then now Jodie is the second one that I've read, and so it's actually not bad. But it do keep it. Yeah, it do keep you clinging though, because you know how you read this chapter by this couple, and then the next one it's not on them, but you're waiting for more scene continuation from them, but it went on to someone else. But yes, I love the Resurrection, so do pick up that The Unlawful Men series by Jodie. And now I am currently reading Tattered Stars by Catherine Cowles. And oh my gosh, guys, this book, Catherine totally nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously it's a small town, and we met Everly. If you guys read, what's the title? I don't remember the title of the book.
It was Reckless Refuge.
Was it Reckless Refuge? Okay, well, we met Everly in Reckless Refuge, and so this is her book, and it is like I feel the pain for her so much, like my heart hurts for her. But at the beginning, the hero was kind of jerk, but he was like only a jerk for like maybe 2 pages, and then he is actually a very sweet hero. And oh my gosh, I think they might have to be my favorite couple from Catherine now. I've loved Reckless Memories for like one of my favorites from her, and now I think Tattered Stars is my favorite now from her. And oh my gosh, I need more of this. I can't wait for the next book. I don't even know when is the next book releasing, but I feel like it's like a long way from now. So yeah, those are the books that I've read this past week or past 2 weeks.
Yeah, I actually finished Tattered Stars Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I said this on my post that I posted yesterday, I think. Like I feel like I've always said Wrecked Palace was my favorite book of Catherine's.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing could beat it. And this book like literally did.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so good. It's like the hero's an a-hole, but then he tries to like make up for it, but then you're like, you're still an a-hole, but it's like he's so alpha-ish.
Yeah.
And the heron, it's like, yeah, we met her in the other series, but it's like you only got bits and pieces of her, but you got enough bits and pieces that you're like, okay, I'm intrigued. Like, what's going on with her? Is she real? Like, what's her story? Because when I read her in the other series, like, I thought she was like not who she was saying she was. But then you get to her book, and it's like you said, it hurts because she's been through so much. Yeah, she is this very, and I think that's what I love in a book. It's like if the heroine is really strong, like I just automatically love it, and she is like so freaking strong. Really, like I felt like everything, like so much bad stuff happened to her that I'm not gonna say because I don't want to spoil it, and I really want everybody to read it. But I felt like she has been like one of the strongest heroines in my opinion that she's written, because what she's been through, like it freaking scared me. I was like, what the heck is happening right now? Like I wanted answers. I didn't want the book to finish, but I wanted to know what the heck was going to happen in the end. But it was really, really good. I couldn't put it down. I loved it. This just like, it became my favorite book of hers. I am super stoked about what's going to come next. There's one specific character that I'm not going to say it because you're still reading it. Towards the end of the book that I'm very intrigued about, and I'm super stoked about that one. And I'm excited. I told Catherine, I was like, I'm like so giddy because that one person, I'm just like, I'm ready. I'm ready for that book. But
he's not the second book, huh? The second book is called Calders.
yeah, the second book is I mean, if you read the book, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not really a spoiler because the blurb is out there.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Calder, which is the best friend,
Mm-hmm.
and then the sister of which is gonna be a single dad. She's an EMT. He's a firefighter. So that's like that's like Chicago Fire.
Yeah.
Like in a book. So I'm super stoked with that one, but I'm super stoked about the specific character that
Is that character getting a book though? Okay.
Yeah. I'm super stoked. Like I was talking to her today. I was like, you have no idea how like fucking excited I am.
I'm actually, I don't know. Is Ben gonna get a book?
Who's Ben?
Her friend, the guy friend.
Oh,
where his wife died.
That was really sad. I don't know. But yeah, so pick it up. That one actually releases. This podcast goes live Wednesday, so it actually released yesterday.
Yeah.
But pick it up. It's so good. I loved it. Couldn't put it down. Definitely all the stars. Favorite book of Catherine by to date. I also read Twisted Hate, like you said. I will add, because I agree with everything that you said. I will add though, it was like very, very, very steamy. Like the steamiest book of the other two. I was like, whoa, like Chen, I am surprised. Like it was you say that he was sweet and stuff, but he was a real a-hole. Like
he was.
He would say to her, like the smart ass comments. I'm just like, bro, like chill the heck out. Like, come on. Like she's a girl, like she's a woman. Be a little bit respectful. But it's like there are times where he says stuff and then he gets concerned and you're like, oh my God, that is so sweet. But then again, he comes up with the comment and you're like, really? But it's like I was really intrigued by them too from the other two books. I'm very, very, very excited for the fourth one though.
Yes.
Because I'm like, what the heck is going on? Like this super sweet, intimidated person, Heron, is gonna be with this very secret hero. And then I'm very curious, if you haven't read the book, spoiler alert, but I don't really think it's a spoiler because that's like nothing happens with it. There's a scene, I think it's Christopher, right?
Yeah.
There's a scene where Jules goes and asks him for help and he's like, oh, help.
Is it Christopher? Is it Christopher or Christian?
Christian. It was
Christian, right? Okay, yeah. I think it's Christian.
It's Christian. And she goes and asks him for a favor. And he's like, I'll help you, but you have to help me when I need it. So I feel like that's going to come back up.
Yep.
In his book. And I'm just like, okay, what the fuck is going to happen?
I'm pretty sure he's going to ask, well, you better set a date for me.
I think, I kid you not, I think they're fooling around already. By the time this book, like Twisted Hate ends, I feel like those two are already like something. I don't know. That's how I feel. And I was just gonna say something, but never mind.
I feel like he's gonna ask her to set up a date.
No, I think he's gonna
with him and the friend.
Well, I think something is gonna happen, and he's gonna need her to help him out to fix it. Or I don't know. Like I feel like he wouldn't ask for a date, like help for a date, because he's gonna take whatever he wants. So it's very, I don't know, but I'm very curious. Like when he said that, I was like, that's gonna come back up. That's gonna come back up.
Yeah, because you know how because he liked her, but he didn't do anything.
He didn't, but he kept staring at her.
Yeah,
we don't know what happened. We don't know what happened in his head or anything. Yeah, we're seeing it from Jules' point of view. So I seriously think he's gonna have Jules set up a date. Okay, me and you, we're gonna make a bet here. We're gonna make a bet, and we're gonna see who gets it right and who doesn't.
Okay,
we're gonna make a bet. I think he's gonna use that favor as he's gonna do something to her, and he's gonna need
Something to who? To her.
Stella. Is the friend Stella, right?
Yeah, I think so.
His like I think something's gonna happen to Stella, and he's gonna need Jules' help to fix it.
Okay.
And that's what I think is gonna happen.
Okay.
And you
I think
for a date.
Yeah, I think he's gonna ask Jules to set up a date between him and Stella.
Okay, me and you. This is a bet. If I win, I don't know, but we're gonna come up with whatever we get. But this is a bet. Let's see who's right and who's wrong by the time the book comes out. And
watch both of us wrong.
But we shall see. Like now, I really need the book to see who's right and who's wrong.
Yep.
I also read Life After Wife by Amber Kelly. I believe this is a new book in her new small town series. Like I love Amber Kelly. Her small town books are like they're so sweet, they're so romantic, and I just freaking love them. This one is, a single mom just got out of a divorce, moves back home and meets this. I think she's known him, but she's never really interacted with the hero because he was older than her. He has unfortunately lost his wife. I think they were married. And so it's more like a second chance, friends to lovers, single parent. And it was really, really good. I freaking loved it. It was like, it had me like, I'm not gonna lie, I did cry in some scenes. But I loved it. It was phenomenal. I freaking loved it. That one released today, which is Monday. So pick it up. It's definitely an amazing. Amber Kelly writes really, really, really good small town romance. So definitely pick it up. Her single parent, I forgot which book it was from the last series. It's still my favorite.
Was it Rustic Hearts?
Was it?
Is that the single one? I don't remember.
Well, that's the first one in the book, though.
It's not. It was not the first one.
No. I also read. I feel like I read a lot, and then I didn't read a lot. I can't really talk about it, but I read Last Resort by Kay Bromberge. Oh my God. I can't talk about it, and I want to talk about it, but I'm not going to talk about it. All I'm going to say, it is freaking good. It's very steamy. Like I feel like Driven was steamy, and then all of her books were like steamy, but not steamy like Driven level steamy. I feel like this is steamier than Driven.
Okay.
So I was really, really good. Loved it. I can't wait to talk about it more, but all I'm gonna say it's really, really good, and I can't wait until it releases. I'm excited for all of the books. I also read. I'm better reading. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I'm reading. Mary Elizabeth Criminal. Releasing next month. Actually, when this podcast goes live, it's releasing this month. It's really, really good. I can't wait to talk about it more. I don't want to talk about it now because I haven't finished reading it. Yeah, she's not finished writing it. So once that happens, I'll talk about it more. But it's really good. If you've been keeping up with the series, then it's just good. I'm just gonna leave it at that. And another book that I read. It's funny because I read 2 books on Saturday. I finished Catherine's, and then I went and dived into another book, and I finished it because I couldn't finish it. I couldn't put it down. It was Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, I'm still thinking about it. I can't stop thinking about it. Like, that book was everything. Like, it broke my heart. I cried. So Colleen Hoover, I love her writing, but I haven't picked up her other, like her latest books, just because they're more like, they still have a little bit of romance, but romance is not the main center of it. So whenever she announced Reminders of Him, I The cover was gorgeous. The blurb sounded so freaking intriguing. So it released, I believe it released last week or the week after before that. So I finally read it, and it was everything I hoped for and more. It was, I mean, yeah, there was, the love story was one of the main focuses, but I think also family and motherhood was a big focus on this, and I loved it. Okay, so Reminders of Him is about Kenna Rowan. She's a 26-year-old woman who moves back to town after being released from jail. She's going back to town, to her old town, to be near her 5-year-old daughter, who she has not seen at all, like ever. And I mean, life gets tricky. I don't want to ruin it by saying what happens, because I feel it's always better if you go into a book like blindsided, especially this book, because this book is like, it had me on the edge of my seat. And then, but also whenever, I mean, what I will say is Kenna arrives, I mean, things are complicated already. And she needs Ledger. I loved him. He was goals. Like, I freaking loved him. But there is one scene that, like, he absolutely broke my freaking heart. I was tears. But it's like, he helps her so much. So these two characters are, I mean, their situation is very, very tricky. I didn't know how the story was going to go after a certain situation. I am going to say it's like, you know, it's about motherhood. It's about growth. It's about second chances. It's about family. It's about love. And it's phenomenal. I freaking loved it. I can already say this is one of my favorite books of the year. And if you haven't read it, definitely pick it up. It is so good. Like, I didn't want it to end. But yeah, so definitely pick it up. Colleen Hoover, I feel her books are just epic. I still remember All Your Perfects. Listen, I don't read cheating books, but that book is still one of my favorites of hers. And it's weird because it's a cheating book, but that book was so freaking phenomenal that I just can't describe how much I love it. And it's just really good. Everybody pick it up. If you haven't read All Your Perfects or Reminders of Him, pick it up. It's like freaking good.
You know, the weird thing is, I don't think I've read Colleen's books. I don't think I've read any yet. And I see her covers. They're all very pretty. I might be the odd one out. I don't know, but the blurb does not catch me.
You know, did you read the one for Reminders of Him?
I saw the blurb. And I was like, oh, I want to read this. I don't know. Like, I always hesitate when.
Well, see, because I'm telling you, like, her books, like, I feel like her latest releases before Reminders of Him haven't been really like romance focused. So I haven't read those. I do want to read one of the books that I forgot. It Ends With Us, I believe it is. They're turning that into a movie.
Yeah.
But I'm very conflicted because of the blurb. But everybody says it's really good.
Yeah.
But Reminders of Him, All Your Perfects, girl. I know you don't like cheating books, but All Your Perfects, you need to pick it up. It hurts to the core. It hurts. But then you get to the end of the book and you feel like you've been in this very crazy roller coaster that you couldn't get off. But you get off and you're like, oh my God, like, it was so unbelievably epic. And
they cheated on each other, or they cheated on their partner with the
the hero cheated on the heroine, but it's not what you really think. But then it's like, you know, I don't like cheating books. But this one, there's so much more to it.
I think you've been reading more cheating books than I do.
I know that, and trust me when I say that this one is worth it. Like, it hurts.
Mm-hmm.
That it goes back and forth. You see how they felt, how they met, how they fell in love. You see there, and then it goes back and forth between past and present. And then so in the present, it's like you're seeing them struggle, you're seeing them go through this, but then you're seeing them in the past, and you're like, okay, this is how they fell in love. There's no way, like this could end the way it's happening right now. And you get towards the end of the book, and you're like, this is exactly how it should have been, and you grow with them. Like it feels literally feels like you're in that love story with them.
Yeah.
So you need to pick it up. It hurts, but trust me when I say that it's a book you would not forget.
Yeah.
I love it. It's still reminders of him. And All Your Perfects are literally tied because they're my favorite book of his. But yeah, I think everybody needs to pick up those two books. Colleen Hoover is an amazing author. I love her. I've met her at Book Bonanza, and I've gone to her store. Well, we gone to her store. In Springs, and I need her to sign my Reminders of Him book. I want to ask her for more, but yes, so definitely pick it up. I loved it. Right now I'm reading Good Girl Complex by Elle Kennedy. I'm just in chapter 2. I started yesterday, but yesterday I was like so tired, I like fell asleep.
Yeah.
But so far it's so good. I'm not gonna lie, the cover, I was very hesitant about the cover. But I read the blurb and I was like, but it sounds like my type of books.
Yeah.
So I picked it up. It's funny because I went to the store over the weekend and I found the book.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, it doesn't release till Tuesday. I'm getting it. And my plan was, let me read it Saturday or whatever. And I'm reading Reminders of Him. So I started this one yesterday. So I'm gonna read a little bit more today. Hopefully I'll finish it by tomorrow. It's been a crazy week and it's just a Monday. But so far, I'm telling you, I've only read one chapter. So far, it's really good. I'm very intrigued. But yeah, that's currently what I'm reading. After this, I'm hoping to read The Devil in the Deep Blue Sea by Elizabeth O'Rourke. I believe that's how you say his name. So after that, I'm reading that one. I didn't know there was a book before this one. So I have the paperback, so I bought the first one. So I'm reading that one. And then I really, really, really want to get into K. Tucker's A Simple Wild.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to read that one next. I don't think I have any arcs coming next. So I should have time.
Do not jinx yourself.
Well, I'm trying to think. I don't think no books are coming out recently. So I think I'm good. But I think that's what I'm reading. So right now I'm reading Good Girl Complex, and I'm gonna read The Devil in the Deep Blue Sea, and then A Simple Wild. So that's currently what I'm reading. Let's see if this week I get arcs. I don't think I'm gonna get arcs, but then there's times where I'm like, what? When did I sign up for this? So it's all the books that we talked about today. Pick them up. Please pick up Reminders of Him. Please pick up All Your Perfects. Please pick up Tattered Stars and all of them. So that's what we read. Hopefully I can't wait to see what I read this week. I'm hoping to read a bunch of books that I've been on my TBR for the longest time.
Yeah.
We shall see. But so today we wanted to dive a little bit into what drives us to pick up a book. Like what calls our attention. It could be the blurb, it could be the cover, it could be the author, or it could be word of mouth. A bunch of us bookstagrammers I feel like we're on Instagram all the time. So it's like you're always seeing new books. And I'm not gonna lie, like The Devil in the Deep Blue Sea, I came across it because of a bookstagrammer. So it's like we are gonna dive into that, to what gets us to pick up a book.
Yes.
I feel like I'm looking at my bookshelf right now. And there's books that I wouldn't have picked up if it wasn't word of mouth or the cover. Because there's stuff that I don't read. Like I'm gonna say like Diana Darling. Like I would have never picked up for Fall and Men series if it would have been for the covers. And because of you, because I didn't read. I liked MC. I did not like age gaps. And I think everybody knows I didn't like age gaps. And I feel like this series got me into liking age gaps, because now I read a lot of age gaps. Like Morning Man has a book coming up, The Billionaire, and that's an age gap, and I'm like freaking dying for that book. So it's like that got me into it. I feel like the cover does, if I don't know the author, I feel like the cover has a big influence in me buying the book. I will say like Rebellious for Christy Marie. The cover was the reason that I picked up the book. Cover is gorgeous. I know you bought it too because of the cover.
I bought the special edition one.
Yeah, that's the one I got.
Yeah.
How does the other one look? Remember?
With the guy. I think it's Daniel on it.
Oh, I don't remember. But I got the special edition one because I was like, and it's the simplest things. Like, that cover just has an arm and she's laying in a field of flowers and has written in her arm. And it's so simple, yet it's so eye-catching and it's so mesmerizing. You're like, ooh, I like that. And it's funny because that's actually facing outside of my bookshelf, so you could see the cover. I'm trying to see what other book I picked up because of the cover. Because I feel like the cover for me has to do a lot if I pick up the book. Yeah. A lot.
For me, if I don't know the author and if that cover catches me, I buy it immediately. Like even if I don't...
What happens if you pick it up and then you don't like the book?
Then I'll just put it on display because I still like the cover. For me, one of the... I don't remember the name of the book because I'm not in my room, obviously. So the cover by Bina Khan, those covers, oh my gosh, I have not read the books. I bought all 4 books, even when I haven't read it. The covers are definitely eye-catching. That is probably one of the first series that I just bought because I like the cover so much. And because mainly for me, because I don't have water space. And so I tend to just buy books that I've read and I really love. But now, like, I get some books from authors, and then some I seriously think I bought 3/4 of my books. Like I get sent 1/4, and most of my books are like 3/4. I bought all of them, and I don't even want to count how many I bought because it is too many. But for authors, if for one-click authors, I buy their book immediately. I don't really care about the cover for my one-click authors, but most of the time it is, do not judge a book by its cover, but I do that all the time. I think we all do. Like if we see a cover that we really like, then we'll read the blurb, and if it intrigues us, then I will pick it up immediately. But I just wish there are more time in this world that I can read these books on my TBR list, because most of them are because of covers. That's why they're on my TBR list. So I don't know.
Well, I feel like for me it's tricky though, because I think now I've limited myself to, I'll pick up the Kindle book, but if I buy a paperback, like I think I'm limiting myself right now just because books are pricey, like paperbacks are pricey. So it is, even though you love the book and even though you want the book, like for me now this year, I've limited myself to like, okay, I'm really going to save because there's stuff that I want to do. Like I've mentioned before, like I do want to get my own house really soon.
Yeah.
Like you do have to limit yourself to how much you're spending.
Yep.
And like you said, we do get free books. But I don't think people realize that. I feel like the books that you see in our shelves, we buy like 99% of them. Like we don't get free books like ever freaking like time that we're like, oh, I really like this book. No, we don't get like it doesn't automatically appear in our doorstep. Like we buy that. So it is pricey once you add everything up. Like I don't even want to count the books in my bookshelf. My friend yesterday sent me a TikTok video, and it's so funny. And it's this TikTok video of this books grammar, a book talker. And she shows her shelf, and then she shows a little bit of the side area, and there's more books, and she goes, is this your room? And I sent her a picture of my bookshelf. I was like, kind of, but this is how my room looks. And she's like, how many books do you actually have? I was like, I don't really want to count them.
Yeah.
Because then I'm gonna be like calculating the price in my head, and I'd be like freaking crazy.
Yes.
So it's like this year I am limiting myself to like, if I know the author, if I read the ebook and I really liked it, then I'll get the book back. And it's not because I don't want to spend. It's more of there's other stuff that this year I need to limit myself. I need to, I mean, I'm side private note that has nothing to do with books, but it's like, I'm going to the dentist, and what I need to get done, it's like very expensive because the insurance doesn't cover that much. So there's other stuff that I feel that now for this year, I do have to limit myself. Yeah. So it does come down to, if I know the cover, if I know the author, if I read the ebook and I really liked it, I'm definitely going to get it. Yeah. But before it was like, oh, I like the cover. I like the blurb, purchase. Oh, I like the blurb, purchase. Oh, I like this cover, purchase. And it's like purchase. And it's like, holy crap, how many packages? I walked home, and I remember last year, I was like, how many books did you order? I was like, no, like, yeah. And it's funny because there was like a point last year where I don't know what the heck was going on. Like I check my Amazon orders. They're like, okay, this is gonna arrive today, this is gonna arrive tomorrow, and I totally skipped my mind 1 week to check it, and it's like I get home and there's like freaking 7 packages in my doorstep, and I was like, what? Wow. I was like, what did I order? I don't even know where I ordered. And that's how bad it was. It's like book here, book there, book here, book there. Yeah. But it's like, it's so hard though. Yeah. These covers are so beautiful. And it's like, I like all the Cora Riley. I'm always talking like I need to save, but the Cora Riley books, the Kimora, I think that's how you say it. I bought that whole series.
I thought you said that was gifted to you.
No, the one with the blood honor.
The bound series.
Like that whole series was gifted to me in Christmas by my sister. Like that whole series. So good thing, because that series has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books. The Kimora one only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So okay. So yeah, so my sister gifted me all of that one. I bought the other one. Well, come to find out, and seeing a Facebook post by Cora over the weekend, she's redoing covers. So I'm just like, well, do I covers? I really want the new covers. Should I get the new covers? I'm gonna get the new covers, and I haven't seen them yet, and it's because I love the author, and it feels weird not getting the books, even though you already have them. Feels weird not having them, so it's a struggle. I also go a lot by the blurb. I know which one was it when I read Molly McAdams' Dare, that was a book of hers. I picked it up because of the cover, I mean the blurb. I think if it catches your eye, you're like, ooh. But there have been times where, I'm not saying with Molly, I've been saying with like other authors, where I read the blurb and I pick up the book, and I'm just like, it wasn't my cup of tea. Yeah. And then, but I still like the cover and I still display it on my bookshelf. So,
You know, for me in blurbs, I tend to look what kind of trope is in the blurb, because the blurb pretty much kind of tell you what trope it is. And so most blurbs when for dark romance, most of the time I immediately pick it up for dark romance blurb, because I was like, oh, I'm intrigued. So yeah, especially whenever they're like, okay, she's mine. And so, or all those stuff in the blurb, now I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm definitely gonna read it. But for some, I don't know, for some, I kind of, and if you realize that it's in single parent in the blurb, or if it's a small town in the blurb, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, immediately I'll pick it up. But there are times when I read the blurb, like I said earlier about Colleen's books. Like I read the blurb, I really love the cover. I really like the cover, and I heard a lot of good things about Colleen, and I love her as a person. I love everything about her as a person, but the blurb, there's just something about her blurbs that's not eye-catching to me, I guess you could say. I'm not really intrigued by her blurb. So it's kind of, there are times when I read the blurb and I was like, like I know a lot of people love the books, but I'm like, I will hold off on it. I won't read it yet. So sometimes some blurbs are really eye-catching, but some blurb makes a huge difference too.
yeah.
So that's why I understand that authors struggles writing blurbs, because you have to summarize the whole book into like 3 or 2 small paragraphs, and it is very hard just to do that, because the blurb will help people either if they're gonna determine if they're gonna pick it up or not. So blurb makes a huge impact about picking up a book.
I think so too. Like, I think it all depends on, but it's weird though, because I think nowadays, you read the blurb and you're like, oh, I'm not feeling it. But then you read the book and you're like, holy crap, like this book was freaking phenomenal. I'm trying to think of a book that happened with. I know it happened recently and I forgot what book it was. But I read the blurb and I'm just like, it's okay. Like, I'm bored, let me read it. What if I like it? I ended up reading it and it's like, oh my God, I love this book. I need more of this book. And I don't know, I think you have to jump a little bit, give it a try, and maybe you'll like it, maybe you don't. That's how you discover new books. That's why it's like I'm telling you with Colleen, like you said, it's like it ends with us. Everybody talks about it. It's gonna be in a movie. The blurb doesn't really catch my attention, but everybody talks really good things about it. So I really want to read it. I have the book in my bookshelf. See?
Yeah.
I buy books. But I haven't read it. I want to read it before the movie comes out though.
Yeah.
Hopefully. But I feel like right now I'm more driven to buy books from authors that I know.
Yeah.
But I feel like my biggest issue, and it's not really an issue, it's more of a pet peeve, you could say. Maybe that's what I need to cut back on. And because like I said, paperbacks are expensive. And like I feel like when they take out special editions, like, and then other different special editions, like I need to stop buying it, because it's like I already have the paperback. Why do you need it again? And it hurts, because you're like, I really like the cover, but then you're like, okay, but then you're stuck with the book with like 5 different books with the same story, just different covers. So it's tricky. It's tricky.
Yeah. That's why I tend not to, if it's a book I really love, then I'll buy it. But now I'm starting to, like you said, I'm starting to limit myself on some books. I try to wait to see if the author is releasing alternate covers to the book. And if they release it, and if I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna see if the alternate cover, if I like that more or the original cover. For example, Bite Marks by Jenica Snow,
Mhm.
like her special edition one, I was like, oh, I'm getting that special edition one because, hey, I'm like, I don't know, I have a thing for school covers. I don't know.
Mhm.
So I ordered that one off on Amazon, and I have to wait a freaking month because
Take forever.
heck yeah, like I don't know why are they. I don't know if they're short on paper or if they're short on people making the books, or like I don't know what the heck is going on with that hardcover situation. But like I was like, I want it in my hand, but
Yeah,
at the
it's
same
funny
time,
because she sent me the book with the,
uh-huh,
but I saw
yeah,
that, so I didn't buy that one. So I can
yeah,
definitely buy the school one. Because technically, I didn't buy the first one.
yeah. So it's like, but special editions, oh, I do need to stop buying it too because I don't have any more space on my shelf.
But yeah, so it does get tricky. Also, I'm gonna add this, and it's like, by the way, a bunch of new, if this is gonna be like an advertisement, but we're not getting paid because I'm just gonna go ahead and promote them right now. Novel Grounds takes out book merch. They've taken out a bunch of stuff from amazing authors. They've done merch with Claire Contreras, Catherine Cowles, Devney Perry, and a bunch of authors that I personally love and other amazing authors. And they're coming up with a new drop very soon for this month, February, that it's epic. Epic. And you're not gonna want to miss it. So make sure you're following them on Instagram, subscribe to their newsletter, because trust me when I say that you're not gonna want to miss it. And I just purchased my stuff from them, and oh my god, I had to like take off stuff from my cart. Like literally. So make sure you keep an eye on them. But that's another thing. It's like you have these books and then you have these merch stores. So it's it's a lot, but that stopped me because I just purchased a bunch of stuff from Novel Grounds.
And I thought you're saving.
I know. No, but I am limiting myself, guys. I am limiting myself. But yeah, definitely check them out. If you are looking for any like merch, go to their store. They have amazing things. And like I said, this month they're coming up with like amazing authors. I wish I could announce it, but they haven't announced it, so I can't say anything. But go to their store and use it. Plus, if you use my code, I think you get 10% off. I think. I don't remember, but I think you do. But yeah, definitely check them out. But I would say this conversation's theater bit. But yes, I feel like I think we're on the same page to where I feel like we're more driven by the cover.
Yeah.
Because remember, I bought that book and I still haven't read it.
Which book?
The bookworm box had taken out a special edition cover for it. And I believe it's like a Beauty and the Beast retelling.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so I read the special edition cover was really, 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 really pretty. And then when I went on there to buy it, they didn't have it anymore. So I looked it up. It took me forever to find the name of the book. I looked it up. The original cover was gorgeous too. But like I was driven by it because of the cover, and then I read the blurb and I'm like, oh my god, it sounds really good. And it's weird because I've been wanting to read it and it's still on my shelf because like I said, I bought the paperback. And I haven't read it. Like I think 10% of the books I have in my shelf I haven't read.
Girl, I think we should really calculate our books and to see who spends more.
No, thank you. Thank you.
Recently,
I think you're the one that's been spending more. I've been living myself.
I've read these books and I love them though. I haven't really bought books that I have not read.
But I do feel though that you purchased more recently than me.
Yeah, but I think you spent more overall.
No.
Yeah. Count your shelves.
Let's count. Okay, by next week, there is an app where you can scan the barcode and it like tells you how many books you have. I need to find the app. Let's
Like
get back next week.
I saw people doing that on Goodreads, and I don't think it's quite confusing sometimes on Goodreads. I feel like it doesn't really.
No, there's an app where you scan the barcode and it automatically adds
Mhm.
it. And then at the end of the list, it tells you how many books you scanned. So let's get back next week.
I'll just count it. I'm not gonna scan it. That takes up too much.
It does
too much time.
I'm gonna scan it because I want to keep track of them. But let's get back next week and count how many books we have.
Yeah.
Let's see how many books we have.
Yeah. Maybe we'll tell you which one was sent to us, which one was not sent to us. You guys
I don't even remember.
I actually remember mine. So if you can remember, it means that authors send you more books.
I think I remember if I look at them.
If I see my shelf, then I know which one was sent, which one I bought. I know. I remember.
Yeah, but let's get to next week and see how many books we have on our shelf.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is exciting. I'm excited. I'm very excited now. and scared.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so guys, we have so many amazing things coming up this year. There's one thing in particular that I'm very nervous about and Pang is excited about, but it's funny because she's the one who brought the idea to me, and usually it's the other way around.
Yeah.
And she's always like, no. And this time I was like, no. And then I'll be like, well, let me think about it. And then she would text me like the next day, did you think about it? I was like, God damn it, like give me a little bit more time.
But once I said it, I think you were the one who started coming up more with more
because
ideas.
I couldn't stop thinking about it. And then I was like, okay, what if we do it? And then I would wake up the next day. I'm like, okay, you know what? No. Like, no, I'm going to tell Ping no. And then you text me, did you think about it? I was like, God dang it. Like, okay,
like, yes.
think about it. And it's like, well, it could go both ways. Like it could go this way, it could go this way. And I'm very excited about this way. And then what if it does happen? And then I remember I asked someone and they're like, do it. And I was like, you're supposed to encourage me and say no. Like, but I'm so excited. I'm very excited and nervous. And we should be able to share some news, maybe hopefully this month.
Yes.
If not for sure next month. But yeah, it's definitely coming. And it's something that I feel that it fits with our podcast very, very well.
Yep.
So keep an eye on that. We might make just a very special podcast episode just to talk about that whenever we like announce it. So make sure you keep an eye on our social media. And then we also have an author interview next week.
Yes. So
keep an eye on our Instagram to see who that is. I'm very excited. And actually, we have like 4 author interviews back to back.
Yep. And
so
very exciting though.
Yeah.
Like, I'm actually very excited.
I'm excited to talk to all of them. And I have so many questions, especially for one of them. And I'm very, very excited. But make sure you keep an eye on our social media. I know we said we were trying to do one a month, but you know what? Things happened. It's exciting times. And so many amazing books are coming out. So we cannot limit to one a month.
Yeah.
We tried, we failed. We couldn't even like go a month without already like fail, but it's okay because like I said, so many books, so little time. So let's go ahead and go with the flow, enjoy the time, enjoy the books, enjoy the chats, enjoy the author. So keep an eye on our social media, on our Instagram especially, and make sure you tune in. That way you can submit your questions. The authors, so we're gonna have some of our favorites, so make sure you keep an eye on that. But yeah, so stick around and make sure you keep an eye on our Instagram. Again, our Instagram is at Book Buzz Podcast. We're thinking, and I'm just gonna put it out there in case anyone has any suggestions. We want to change the name.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking about it. I can't.
Girl, let's just let's just change it to how you doing
How you
podcast.
do it. How you do it. I love it and I accept this change. But yeah, so we're trying to change that. So if you guys have any suggestions, let us know. If not, we're gonna be thinking about it this week, and hopefully next week we've made our decision.
We're gonna think for next month. Take a whole month and think about it.
I've been thinking about it for like a month and a half, and I still haven't come up with anything, but I really like the how you do it. Or we were on a break.
Oh yeah.
We were on a book break.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
That's too long.
He's her lobster. Oh, I like that. Oh, so many Friends references that I'm gonna try to put together for a name of to be continued. But yeah, so make sure you stick around, and we'll be back next week. And hopefully keep an eye on our Instagram, because we should be able to announce our next author interview this weekend. So keep an eye on that. You guys are going to be super excited and super stoked. Go check out Cora Riley's Instagram account yesterday before the podcast goes live. She is redoing her covers. I'm so excited. But yeah, but other than that, I hope you guys have an amazing week. Read a bunch of books. Please pick up Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover, please, and thank you. And then let me know what you guys think. It's so funny because, side note, I had a message because I kept posting about it on my Instagram, and I got a message by this Bookstagram, and she goes, I've been putting it off because I didn't know if it was good or not, but after your story, she's like, I'm definitely going to pick it up. I'm like, do it. Good. But yeah, but pick it up, and then we'll see you guys next week with more book recommendations. So we hope you guys have a good week, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.